Day. Yep, it's recording.
Yay! Okay, happy Monday, everybody, and happy close night / kickoff night for October. I am just so excited. I'm so happy to see all of your beautiful faces. I just want to start off this meeting by saying I am so completely grateful for you and your resilience and the fact that, some of you have been on these meetings for months, and that just goes to show me that you know what this community and this opportunity can do for you. And I know that you are all itching to just level up in everything, in our health, in our life, in our businesses, in the way that we feel about ourselves, in our confidence. And I want you to know that no matter what happened in the past week, in the past month, in the past year, it does not dictate what's going to happen or what can happen these next 3 months of the year. Okay, that is one thing that I want to make sure you all know. And the first thing that I want to say is what we want as an independent consultant in Arbonne is to love where we're at, to appreciate the level that we're at, even if it's an independent consultant, but still be in pursuit of the next, right? You can love where you're at. You can appreciate the opportunity to even have the level that you're at, because that's where everybody who's at the top of this company has been at one point in their business. But still know that you are capable and ready to get in hot pursuit of the next level. You guys, this Arbonne business, we must treat it like our baby. Okay, so I'm just gathering all of these ideas. I've actually gathered a lot of ideas to share with you guys from Cecilia Soul, from Peyton Mott, because these are the things that I use as a staple every day in my business that fire me up for whatever situation, even if it's a good or bad one. So if Arbonne was your baby, if it was a physical baby, right, you pop that thing out, you don't look at that baby and you say, okay, I'm going to try. Like, don't worry. Like, I'm going to try taking care of you for like 6 months. And then if it doesn't work, I don't know, I might not be able to do it anymore. You would never say that to your newborn baby, right? What you would really say is, I know this is going to be hard. I'm new to this. This is something that I'm not 100%, this is something that I'm not 100%, confident in yet, but I'm courageous enough to pursue and never give up until I'm done, right? So I want you all to know that as people who are on this team, you get to choose to be an Arbonne lifer. Okay, so I want to introduce this like verbiage or this terminology early, because I know some of you know what it means, some of you have never heard it before. But what being a lifer means, you guys, is that people quit in Arbonne, but not you, because you know that it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And that is what this next month is going to be all about, you guys. It's not about if people are going to say yes to you. It's about you continuing to say, you know what? I know that there's going to be no's, because guess what? No is step one to every yes. All of us here were step one no's. And as time went on, we became step after step closer and closer to yes. And so the next thing I want to share, you guys, is that God gives, universe gives, and withholds blessings when we're not ready. So if you are feeling like, man, why am I seeing these girls who are just getting this business left and right? I wonder what they're doing different. Like, what can I do different to get where they're at if they're moving so quick? You guys, the only difference between them and us is that their turnover time for getting said no to is just much faster. And that is what we're going to get really, really good at this month, this October, is mastering our emotions and knowing that no is step one, and that no doesn't mean never. No just means next opportunity, not no as in no more information. They need to know more information. So the problem of a no isn't the problem. The problem of the no is your attitude about the problem of it being a no, right? So you guys, like, just embracing that and knowing that, like, what our job is in Arbonne is to share. It's to share. It's not to convince people that this is the right place to be, because we all know that it is, But what we do is we share our hearts, we share our experiences, and we share the products in the way that we want to share it. Be authentically you, right? The way that somebody else can share it may be different from you, but that's okay because you're being real to yourself. And it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. You can take a look at this past few months and say, oh man, not everybody in my family, not everybody in my network knows about Arbonne. So I'm going to have to just slow down. Or you can say, oh my gosh, not everybody in my network knows about Arbonne. I need to go ahead and hurry it up. Do you see the difference in that perspective? It's all about what you're going to do with the facts that you know are true, right? So, and that's differentiating false and fact, right? We talk about it all the time. We take these little inklings of negativity and we create stories around it and make it a bigger thing when in reality, it was just one thing, right? I'm sure everybody on this call can think about one time where something little happened, but in our heads, it became this huge, huge, big ordeal that it didn't need to be. So next thing I want to share is, would you join yourself? And if the answer is right now is maybe or no, this is the time where you can show yourself what you're made of. If you are ready to level up, and I know all of you are, it happens in here first before it does in real life. If you are waiting for the promotion to come and then you will be the best version of yourself, it doesn't work like that in anything. For example, if you're trying to lose weight, right? You don't just coast on hoping that it happens, and then when it happens, that's when you'll eat healthy. That's when you'll change your lifestyle. That's when you'll start working out consistently when you lose the 10 pounds. No, in order to get there, you have to gain the lifestyle. You have to gain that commitment to the consistency. So with that being said, everybody on here, it sounds weird, but you all have to commit to saying that I am a national vice president with Arbonne. And if it sounds weird, good. It means that you haven't said it to yourself enough, and that's enough evidence for you to keep going and keep working for it. It's called the thermostat effect, actually. When you say something or see something that you know isn't true, and you keep showing it to yourself, and you keep bringing it to your mind's attention, you will automatically, your thermostat will kick on, and you'll say, wow, okay, I need to just keep working because it's not reality. I need to make it a reality. If we did one good thing, just one good thing for your business, all 365 days of the year, just one thing. Guys, that is 365 good things you would have done for your business, right? That's just one. So one of those things are bound to stick. And so the next thing I want to talk about is taking action, you guys. That's what's going to create the results. If you're wondering why people aren't saying yes, if you're wondering why you aren't seeing the numbers, or why you aren't seeing the growth, or why you aren't seeing the qual, it just means all you have to do is take more action, right? And if you feel like your action is off track, that is why we are here for you, right? That's why we're here for you as your upline, your mentor, your sponsor, your sidelines, whatever it is. Let us help you get there. And if it was easy, you guys, like if this business was meant to be easy, if everybody was meant to say yes, we would not be giving out white Mercedes-Benz. We'd be giving out like scooters, right? And you could just go buy a scooter at the store and it probably wouldn't mean anything to you. But the reason why, the reason why this business is so amazing is because we get these symbolisms that show how many people we've helped, okay? So, last but not least, before we get into the, the game plan of getting to area, right? Because I'm going to go over the things that you can earn, is what zone are you in? In Arbonne, there are 4 zones. You're either 1, coasting, meaning you're just doing the bare minimum. You're doing as little as possible to get by. Number 2, you're in your comfort zone, which you're only doing things that you're normally used to doing, right? Nothing too crazy. You just do the normal things that you know how to do already. Number 3, the zone 3 is challenge, the challenge zone. This is when you're willing to attempt to do things that you haven't done before. And number 4 is creative, the creative zone, which is attempt to think what you've never thought before. Okay, so I know that there are some of us on here, even including myself, that have fallen into one or the first or second zone, which is coasting and and comfort, right? It's easy to fall into those zones, but people who level up don't, you know, they rise out of those zones and they fall into the challenge and the creative zones. And this is where we're headed for October, you guys. We are going to challenge ourselves to do things we've never done before and to create things that we've never even thought of before. And so things like challenge, right? Challenge and create. In order to create something new, you have to make change. Nothing, what does that say? Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And so if you feel like, man, I've just been doing A, B, and C these past few months and I'm just here stuck in my business, like, how am I going to get to this next level? Well, you guys, we have to stir and shake things up like we've never done before. In order to have what you haven't had, you have to do things that you haven't done. And so I want everybody to take a deep breath and say, I am ready to crush this year. I am ready to crush this year. I will be in Tampa in January as a new area manager, and I will do it and persist until. I will do it and persist until. Or better yet, I will share until. Right? I will share until it happens. So take a deep breath, because this is where the magic is going to happen, you guys. It happens in your mind's eye first, but you have to envision it. You have to see yourself in the groove. You have to, okay, if everybody, we're going to do an exercise right now, okay? We're going to do 2 visualizations. Everybody close your eyes. Okay, so we go to bed tonight and we're a little bit nervous, we're a little bit excited, we're a little bit kind of like that gut-wrenching feeling, and we're kind of in the pits of our stomachs because we know that something big is coming. We go to bed, we say our affirmations, and we truly believe that there's nothing that can't be accomplished once we open our eyes starting October 1st, tomorrow, right? Then you go to sleep, you have your awesome dreams, and you wake up, and right away, I am ready to crush this month. That is the first thing you say to yourself. I am an executive national vice president, and I will persist and share until, right? So you open your eyes, you say your affirmations, and you go to brush your teeth, and you go to get ready for the day. And you guys, this is where the magic happens. You get a second of break. You get a second of a chance to get, to think about something negative, about something that's, a doubt that you've had. And right away, you're like, no, who am I sharing this with next? Who am I sharing this with next? Because that is what's going to happen over and over again this month, is when that doubt and that fear creeps in, you change it out for action. You change it out for positive affirmation, positive affirmations, and positive thinking. Go ahead and open your eyes. So I know what all of you knows what feels like hard work is. I know you've all done it either in a workout, physically, you've done it at your actual work where you've actually clocked in and clocked out and felt like you've had the longest day of your life. I know what it feels like to be stressed about something, to feel like everything is against you, to feel like, why is everybody rooting for me, but I can't even root for myself. I know you know what that feels like. But here's the thing. Those things are going to happen no matter what, but it's up to you to take that thing and turn it around and flip the script on yourself. And the only reason why that these other people have been able to do what we want to do is that they've been able to flip the script enough times, faster and faster, so that they can continue to persist, to continue to be consistent, right? So that's mindset stuff, right? Everybody, like, commit to your personal growth, because it's going to help you in more things than just your business. It's going to help you in your relationships. It's going to help you in life, in parenting. If any of you are parents out there, in your job, like in your workplace, and just dealing with other people. And so I want to re-announce that in I think at the end of January, there will be an area manager retreat in Tampa, Florida. I actually just got word that it will no longer be at Angela's home. They're actually going to rent out like an actual location for us to be at, a waterfront location. Okay. And you guys, this is the real deal. It's called Areas in Paradise. So when you get there, you're literally going to be spoiled as soon as you hit the you hit the stage, right? As soon as you step foot in that place, because you earned it. You earned it. And so there's going to be things like, there's going to be a lot of gift giving. There's going to be a lot of pouring into you and trainings. There's going to be professional headshots that are going to be done at the beach, so that when you go region and you earn your Benz, you're going to have a headshot ready to go for, to be proud and to share with others. And when you go nation, there's that wall of fame at in Irvine at our home office, and your picture and your headshot will be up there. And you guys, this is going to be the closest thing you're going to get to an earned incentive trip that isn't the official Arbonne incentive trip. Okay. So how we are going to do this, you guys, is we are going to go area between October, November, and December. Okay. So I've laid out some options because I want you all to know that this can look different for everybody. Not everybody is going to go as fast or as slow or whatever, as you, and you can decide how you want this to look. Okay. So here's the thing. This October, you can do either qualing for district, which is 2,500 QV or more, right? That's 8 kits or more, right? You can either qual for 2,500 or more. You can finish district, which is 6,000 QV, which you guys is only 19 kits. Don't be afraid of these numbers, you guys. Anything is possible. I've seen all of your needles move in the past few hours that you probably never thought that you can do. So 2,500 or 6,000, right? 6,000 QV in October, you guys, already gets you to district manager in 1 month. It already gets you there, right? The next step you can go for in October, you guys, is not only finishing district, but heck, going for area manager qualification, which by the way is only 4,000 more than finishing. So let's recap: 2,500, 6,000, which is finishing district, or 10,000, which is qualing for area. Okay, so qualing for area, you guys, 10K. It sounds huge, but guys, that's 32 kids. We see more than 32 people in our life in our 24 hours of our day, right? We know more than 32 people, that's for sure. And that's not even counting the people we're gonna meet. So I want you to not be afraid of these damn numbers. They are literally so possible. Think about it. 10K is only finding 3 people at a time to make 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 10 times, right? Break it down into bite-sized chunks. So with that being said, depending on how where you want to go and what you're going to aim for, you guys, don't be afraid of the numbers, because they're there when you work. They happen when you work. They happen when you sponsor. Okay, the key word here is sponsor, and I'm going to repeat this again. I said this in the past couple of meetings, but the definition of sponsor, you guys, is for somebody to lay their trust in you. It's for someone to see you and say, man, I want to do what she's doing. I want to hear about what she's doing. I want to experience what she's experienced in my own way, right? Have you ever, I don't know if anybody here has ever been to like a first communion or like a baptism or something like that, but there's always a sponsor, right? It's usually somebody who's important and who's mentored that person ever before. So if you're thinking like, man, these people are just numbers, no, you guys, these are people who you are sponsoring because they know and trust you and know that you can lead them to success. Okay, so now how are we going to get these numbers? How are we going to share that, how are we going to share with that many people? Well, it starts with 40 faces or 40 conversations. Okay, so in your IPA binder, which I wish I could share it with you on here. That's what was my plan. I'm going to do it this way so it's clear. Mine didn't print very nicely. Let's see. Flip. Okay, so I don't know if everybody can see this, but your IPA binder, you guys, this is going to be the thing where if all else fails, why is it not retrying? If all else fails, you can refer to your IPA binder. Okay. So has anybody here not been able to look at it yet? It's totally okay. You can look at it tonight. But basically, it's going to lay out everything that you can possibly need for your Arbonne business. Why is this not refreshing? Why? Okay. I think I downloaded it in this one. No. Okay. Sorry, guys. I think it's this one. So the first page of your IPA binder is going to be, what's it called? Let me see. Your 21 reasons why. Your 21 reasons why page is going to be the thing that's going to anchor you down in any situation, positive or negative. Okay, I think I got it right here. There we go. Oh, that's 100 ways to build it. Your 21 reasons why. If you have it printed, go through this. This thing is not reacting with me. Ha, dang it. Okay. Whew. Alrighty, make a list of 21 reasons why you want to do this business. Your number one reason should be something that is really important and meaningful to you. It should have an impact when the business gets hard and you question why you're doing this. So this has got to be something that these 21 reasons are going to be the things that are going to be able to motivate you even when you've gotten no after no. Even when you feel like you're not moving, these 21 reasons why are going to be the things that will forever move you in any situation, okay? The next one up is going to be your 100 name list, okay? So remember how we said 40 conversations? Fill this thing out and jog your memory. Who do you know that would be amazing at Arbonne? And cut out any previous reservations you've had about that person. So it's easy to really be like, oh, well, like, look at this. Like, oh, my accountant, she probably already has a pretty good job. She might not need this, or she might not be wanting to get healthy. You guys, you don't know what people need. Our job is not to figure that out for them. Our job is to share with people, to share with them. And so I don't want you to think of it as you're doing something to somebody. You're doing something for them, right? And you don't know how they're going to react, but you're doing something for them. You've been shared this opportunity with before, right? So your 100-person list. And then one thing I really love in this binder too is the, what's it called? The 40 faces, right? So as it happens, as you start to see as you to have 40 conversations, you're going to write them down here, right? And it doesn't matter if they're a yes or no. You write down your 40 conversations here. And then my next favorite part is the monthly goal sheet, because this is where you're going to have everything laid out, titled, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions about the IPA binder, let me know what your questions are, so that way I can help you. But if you're looking for an easy way to navigate yourself through this month, you guys, 10K, which is 32 people, if you divide that by 4, that's about 8 to 9 people helped a week. Okay, maybe by yourself that sounds scary, but this is why you have me, your upline, to get on Dream Team calls with, to look to the people who you know want to be in your team and be like, hey girl, like a lot of the things that I've said, or a lot of the previous messages I've sent were, I greet them, I compliment them, and I tell them what's going on, and then I say, before you say no, and before you don't respond, please just let me share this with you. I feel like you would be amazing at it, and it could change your life the way that it's changed mine. And that will get people to say like, okay, well, what's the worst that can happen by learning more information, right? And that's when you either set them up with a call with me, which your goal should be setting up at least 3 calls a week, right? Whether it be through a group text or whether it be through a FaceTime or a Zoom, 3 a week. Just get 3 people to, that you care and know about, and that can utilize this business. in front of a call with me, and I can share with them the 30 Days Healthy Living and a little bit about the opportunity, just so that they can get an idea of what this whole Arbonne community is all about. And you guys, 8 to 9 is your going for gold, right? 8 to 9 people starting the 30 Days Healthy Living. That's a goal, right? That's the going for gold goal, right? And so the next one down, you guys, from 8.5 is 5 people a week. That is 20 people by the end of your month, you guys. That is district manager finished. Helping 5 people a week, right? Next one down is 3 people a week. 3 times 4 is 12. You're going to be way over. You're going to be halfway, more than halfway to district manager, to finishing it. And the next month you can set yourself up to get that 10K and go into area manager qualification. If anybody has any questions about, like, you know, the numbers or how to go about it, like, let me know, and get that IPA binder. That IPA binder has 100 reasons or 100 ways to work your business and to get into activity. But the most important thing, you guys, is belief. Okay, that's all. When you believe in something, when you have the vision that you can get somewhere, that you know it's possible because you've seen so much evidence in the past, the how will come naturally. The how will happen as you continue to work towards that vision and continue to work towards that belief, right? So instead of stumping yourself, instead of trying to convince yourself, oh, I just don't know how, don't. Just do. Just go one right thing after the other, right? And it's going to start with a positive mind that you believe that you can do this, right? So on Wednesday, we're going to share our goal. We're going to share our goal. What's it called? We're going to share our goal with our nation. Sorry. We're going to share our goal with our nation. And then that's where I want you to be so confident with what you're going for, because it doesn't matter if you hit it or not, you guys. If you fall short of your goal, you're going to be at least in district manager qualification, which allows you to then go into, you know, finish out district and qual in November. There's still time. Think about that. There's still so much time. And if you feel like this whole year you haven't gotten to where you've been, this is the time to lock in and say, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? Literally, you guys, what's the worst that can happen if you went all in? Let's say you don't hit your goal. You would probably still be at a better place than you were when you first started your Arbonne business, right? Amy, if you can go ahead and share what the events are this month, so that way we can finish this meeting off, and then I'll do some closing thoughts after.
Perfect. All right, guys. So Nicole and I talked about, since October is going to be our huge push for district, area, and region qual. So we want to get into crazy activity this month. And as you've probably seen from, you know, a lot of people that are really successful in this business, they do activity weekly, daily, you know, depending on like their situation, they do virtual, or they'll do at their houses or at, you know, a restaurant or whatnot. So with that, we're going to have 2 events in the month of October. And so I'm opening up my home for both of the events, because I know a lot of you don't have the space to do it at your house. And I'm very fortunate enough to have that space at my house. So our first event will be this coming Saturday, October 5th, from 7 to 9. So it will be in the Bay Area in Hayward at my house. So I did send the invite to the group message. So if you want to start posting it on your social or start inviting people personally, please start doing that. And then just let me know how many guests you end up inviting. It's going to be a smaller or a shorter event than our previous one, just 2 hours, just because we realized from the last event that, you know, short and sweet is definitely the way to go. So we don't want to like overwhelm people, but we also want to like have fun. So pretty much we'll, you know, talk about the business for about 30 minutes, no more than that. And then more is just to, you know, get to know the people in the room and to really build that community, because I feel like that's why a lot of us join or chose to join Arbonne is because of the community, because of the people that, you know, are our upline and our sideline. And that's essentially why we're a part of this team now, in addition to obviously the perks and, you know, all the amazing stuff that goes with it. So that'll be the first event. So I'll repost the invite on the group after this meeting. And then our second event will be October 26th. And I know that was the date that we had talked about at Impact that some of the other girls in Sacramento and Stockton could make. So if that's still a date that works for everyone, again, that'll be at my house in Hayward. And that'll kind of be right before we close out the month. So that'll be a huge event. We're still kind of working on the time, but essentially the theme is going to be makeup and marks. We think it's like a cute, like, little theme because, you know, a lot of people know about the 30 Days to Healthy Living, but they don't know about like the makeup and some of the other products that we do have. So it'll be kind of cool to, you know, showcase it and, you know, maybe do a couple I guess like tutorials if we want to, but again, pretty much short and sweet presentation for 30 minutes and then more about the community building. And also this weekend's theme is kind of centered around dreaming again, but it's titled Dare to Dream with Arbonne. So instead of the last time we did drinks and dreams, kind of changing it up a little bit and doing more about Dare to Dream. So essentially learning how Arbonne could be the vehicle for to feel and to be able to dream whatever passion you have. So, you know, a lot of people go into this business with lots of dreams and, you know, being able to use those dreams to feel their passion. So how can we showcase that to people? So again, October 5th, 7 to 9, and then October 26th, we're still working on a time, but probably afternoon, evening, I think works for a lot of people. So that's what I got.
Yay! Okay, so I kind of want to talk off the record. Keep recording it, but I'm not going to talk in like a presentation fashion. I'm going to talk in like a conversational fashion. So you guys, my first month in Arbonne, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just like, okay, I use the products, I love what they've helped me do. I've seen it help me literally lose 50 more pounds than I ever thought that I could ever lose. And I knew that they were safe for me, right? So I knew my what, like as in like what the products are, what they do, and I knew my why, the reason why I'm so passionate about it. And I knew that all I had to do was share that with people. There was no how. Okay. But if I'm looking back at it, how I really went about going district in 1 month, all from helping new people hop on the 30-day, was one, I was committed to showing people whatever the heck that I was doing, because people in your networks probably have never heard of Arbonne before, right? So you're new for them. Like you're like their shining star of Arbonne. Don't think that they follow me. They don't. They just follow you. So whatever you show them about Arbonne is what they're going to see. And if you're only posting maybe once a day about it, maybe just once every other day or whatever that is, what's it called? They're only going to see it when you choose to show them, right? And it's out of sight, out of mind. They won't know what you're talking about, or they won't be intrigued, because the 1 or 2 times is not going to be enough for them to to feel confident to say like, wow, she really does this, right? So I was posting it confidently. I didn't care what anybody had to say, because at the end of the day, I knew my why. I knew why I was sharing it. So it didn't matter what anybody else had to say. They choose what to share on their, they can decide what they put on their feeds, but I get to decide what's on mine. It's my platform to share what I'm passionate about, right? So forget about what everybody else has to think or say. Whatever you're excited or passionate about, whether it be your kids, your work, your business, share that with people, right? 2, I wasn't afraid to ask them, like, hey, like, I know you've been watching my stories because I can see that you've been viewing it. 1, I want to say thank you for supporting me, or like, 1, thank you for even just being curious. Honestly, it's kind of nerve-wracking to share something new on here, but because of people like you, I'm more than happy to continue sharing. If I sent you more information about exactly what it is I'm doing, would you be open to seeing how you could like change your health the way that it's changed mine? Or if I shared like a little bit about my Arbonne story with you, would you be open to seeing how it could fit in with what you're currently going through right now? Like, that's literally all I did, you guys. Like, saw people who was viewing my stuff and I just opened the door. That's it. All your job is to open that door. They're going to decide when it's time for them to step in, but your why is going to be why they choose Arbonne. It's not because Arbonne's great products. That's just a cherry on top. You all know of people who've joined companies where the products are really not as good, but they still joined because of the person that they joined, right? So just think about it as like Arbonne being like, because of the amazing like quality that it is, like that's just a cherry on top. But you share your heart out no matter what you do, no matter what anybody says. People who like my posts, because I posted I was starting a 30 days healthy living. I posted my why. I posted my results if I have them already. That's another thing, building your results. Do you have a testimony of your own to share? And if you don't, because you're just getting started out, that's okay. Your why is strong enough because it was why you joined, right? Like you didn't even have the results, yet you said yes. So imagine other people who could see the same thing and their why will be strong enough for them to join, right? So I was reaching out, I was, like to people who I knew in the past were trying to lose weight. Hey, I'm doing this 30 days healthy living. I've seen it transform the other people's lives. It has like a 45-day money back guarantee. And to be honest, this is why I chose to do it. Would you be open for more, or would you be open to do this with me? Would you open to be my accountability partner? Like I've seen Alani post literally just saying like, hey guys, I'm doing this 30 day. I have more spots on my team for people to hop on with me. Like who's in, who's ready to change their life? Who's ready to hit that reset button? And just from that, she got like a couple detoxers, I think, or at least one for sure, and a couple interests. So it's not doing anything new or crazy. It's just being freaking excited about it that they have to pay attention to you. That's really it. When that was happening, you guys, honestly, I'm pretty sure I got like 60 no's. 60. But I don't remember one of them because that's not what matters. What matters is the people who I got to share it with and to help with, what's that called? How else did I, there's this person who just